quick disclaimer, everyone. I've never heard anything about Plat 3, so take this as you will. This is just how I improve my aim. Welcome, future pro players. Alright, today we're going to work on your aim. Welcome to Aim Training, Console Edition. So basically, there's a lot you can do, but we don't have access to stuff like Aim Lab, to other aim services. We also don't have a fucking long-ass arm and a mouse that can flick at any speed. We have simply a joystick that we have to adjust to and learn. So here, I'm going to help you with your tracking. As you can see here, I'm aiming at this dot and I'm strafing left to right. You can shoot a dot on any wall as long as you have space to strafe. Alright, so walking left to right while tracking this dot will help you a lot. It'll help you with your accuracy and keep you more precise. If you feel like you're not tracking the dot well, go to your sensitivity, go to your vertical sensitivity, and your horizontal sensitivity. Look at them and adjust them how you like. Horizontal sense can be anything you want. I keep my vertical sense half of my horizontal. The reason for this is because I see in low-level players and in myself, when I aim, my aim can be all over the place. If your vertical sense is too high, your aim can really be all over the place. You only need it to what you need to flick up and down, which isn't a lot, and to control recoil. Next is your horizontal sense. High sense doesn't make you a good player, and low sense doesn't make you a bad player. So adjust it to what you like. It doesn't matter high or low. Whatever works for you, make it your own. Alright. Next thing we're going to talk about is yeah, you just want to keep tracking that dot and try and help you do this. What this is going to help you with is it's going to help you peek around corners. For example, this pillar right here, let's pretend it's a door. If there's an enemy around this corner, I'm going to track that pillar perfectly and around that door. I'm going to angle and I'm going to keep my sight as close to that corner as I can. That way, if there's a player on the other side, their head lines up with my reticle, or my reticle's already where they pretty much are. If they're crouched, I can flick down. If they're prone, I can also flick down. Listen for sound cues and try and keep up. When you're aiming around corners, always keep your gun up. That way you are always prepared. Next, we're going to talk about more sensitivity. If you feel like you're over flicking on the dot, or not over flicking, if you feel like you're over aiming, under aiming, try and mess with your dead zone. I keep mine at 5, that way I don't have to put as much pressure on my stick. It helps me with reaction time, and it moves faster with my reaction time. So, but you don't have to keep yours like that. If you have stick drift, or I find with other players that turning it down does help them. If you feel like you need to turn that down, feel free to. It does not matter and no one will judge you. Turn it down, turn it up, best you can. Next, aim sensitivity. I'm running a 1.5 scope, so I'm going to adjust my 1.5 sensitivity. If you feel like it's too high or too low, with whatever scope you're using, try and adjust your sense with it. Maybe you're over aiming, maybe you're under aiming. It may not be your dead zone. It may be your aim sensitivity. So adjust it to what feels unique to you, what feels good, and what feels perfect. You may spend hours, maybe even days adjusting it. I personally have over 50 hours in T-Hunt. And that's just purely because I practice a lot. Now we're going to practice your flicks. You're going to shoot one pillar and shoot the other. There are plenty of walls and plenty of spots to flick to on here. What I find to do is to aim at one, aim out, and move to the other one and aim at it. That way, when you're turning, it helps you turn faster. With pillars like this, it's not a good example, but if your enemy is farther apart or perhaps even behind you, aiming out and immediately holding your stick wherever they may be, right or left, it helps you turn faster than you holding your aim down the entire time. This will help you so that way you can flick better to your enemy or turn around faster on your enemy. You just go back and forth. With close enemies like this, you don't exactly have to do that, but if there were an enemy behind me, I would. Aiming down simply would not be fast enough. As I'll show you here. It's so much slower than aiming behind me. But yeah, just try and flick to both of those, whether it's aiming down or not. Next thing we're going to talk about is recoil. Each gun has its own recoil pattern. you want to try and adjust yourself to each recoil pattern. Every gun's unique. As you can see, mine went up really fast. And the bullet holes are not that separated, which means I had a very fast fire rate. And on top of that, it went a little to the right. So I'm going to adjust my analog to the way it was moving. I'm going to hold it down, and later on in a clip, a little to the left. See how my aim is and how my recoil control is now compared to then. Much better once you learn the recoil pattern. Here I'm going to show you what muzzles can do. I have a compensator. As you can see, I could hold down vertical really well there. I could hold it decently, and you can see right there there's almost no horizontal recoil. That is because I have a compensator on. If guns have too much vertical recoil for you, put a flash hider on. If they have too much horizontal recoil, put a compensator on. I find I can control vertical recoil very well, so I put a compensator on. That way I don't have to worry about horizontal as much. This helps me as a player, and it helps me adjust my aim and my accuracy, so I don't have to focus so much on so much recoil. Once you get adjusted to the weapon and you learn it more, you'll find all you have to do is simply pull down on your stick. It'll be muscle memory. It's just learning it. Next, these are some of the basic aim exercises. I want you to keep practicing them. It might take time, weeks, days, months. That is what it takes to be a good Siege player. I have played this game for 2 years, and my aim is still shaky. My aim is still not the best, and it can still use a lot of work, even as many hours as I put into trying. My aim has improved from when I first started this game, and it will continue to improve as long as I work on it. So I hope you do as well. Your aim can always be better, and it will always get better. You just have to work on it. Next aim exercise. I want you, if you have a friend to help you, and you're both training together, you're gonna sit there and strafe with a drone. You're gonna aim track the drone, either standing still and letting the drone follow, or strafing and aiming at the drone as it goes, as I just showed you there. This is another aim exercise. Maybe try shooting your drone. It's stupid and sometimes it's just pointless, but it can be fun to try and test your aim. I tested mine there with that drone. I hit it one time. I'll hit it again here. Simple. As you can see, I didn't track the drone there because it walked into my sight, so that wasn't a good example, and that's why I don't recommend it. Anyway, guys, thank you for following my basic aim training. Maybe, as well, here's some extra tips. I would recommend doing a T-hunt, preferably bomb. You could do elimination too. Any map you want. I prefer ranked maps. And I prefer bombs, so there are more enemies. They added a feature to T-hunt, I don't know when, to where you could enable it where it is headshots only on the terrorists. So try and work on your flicks. I would put on headshots only. That way you can try and work your aim out better. Always aim for the head. It's a one-shot headshot game, and that's all what counts. Hitting the body helps as well, and that's what you want to practice with too. But it's easier to hit the body than the head. A head guarantees your kill. Sometimes. This is RainbowSixSiege, so not always. It's a buggy-ass game. But I think that concludes our aim training. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned a lot from this. So try and improve your aim. Try and work on it. I know there's not many console videos out there, so enjoy. I'm going to stop rambling now, and make sure to rewatch the video. Give it a like, subscribe if you like, and as always, guys, thank you. I hope you all become pro players, and I'm sure you will.
Eliminated all friendlies.